all tell me a little bit about why it's important to have diverse voices at the table in your various institutions?
Sure. I think diversity is important for several reasons. First of all, when you have a variety of different perspectives and points of view, you actually are more creative. And so organizations that have greater diversity have been found to be more creative, more productive, have higher profits if you're in the corporate sector, more vibrant. Workers like to work in those organizations, so they have less turnover. So there are lots of organizational benefits to having diverse perspectives and being able to have everybody at the table. It's also important to have diversity because in education, students can envision careers and futures if they can see a faculty member who represents that. And so representation has a second additional powerful impact. It says, I had a professor who taught psychology. He or she looks like me. I can see that as my future too. And so I think both of those reasons, the diversity is really important for our organization, and I think in education we're pretty well.
I think it also helps to bring more complete vision and thought whenever there are conversations about what to do or how to handle a problem. If you have someone who represents a different culture, or you have a diverse group, you can kind of go away from maybe that echo chamber and really hear from different perspectives for a more complete decision and process, and bring more equity and inclusion in the thought process that will lead to future actions for the organization. So representation matters for the students we serve. It matters because they get to see someone that represents them. They get to dream, and hopefully they get to know that someone is maybe thinking about their interests as well from their cultural perspective.
Yeah, I agree with everything that's been said. I just left an event at Kalamazoo Central High School, was an event for black males, and I had to share some words. And the fact that I'm a black male speaking to black males, that carried a lot of weight with them. When I'm telling them they need to go to college, they need to finish college, they kind of hear it differently from me because they kind of can see themselves in me. And I could give them some advice that some other folks may not be able to give them, because as a black male, there's just certain experiences that you live every day that someone else may not be able to relate to. I just think it's important, especially in a school district, that not just African American males, but I think the adults in the district should reflect the student body in the district, because again, everybody comes with different ideas, different perspectives, and also just a different level of passion sometimes as it relates to doing this work. So.
Right, absolutely. And I guess that must be super important with KPS having a majority population of African American students.
Yeah, we're a pretty diverse district. I would say we have a substantial number of African American, Caucasian, Hispanic students from all over the world, but it is good for them to see somebody in a position of authority that is African American, because that has not been the case in terms of male leadership, and that's common across the United States, where very few African Americans are superintendents. And again, it just gives students a chance to believe that they could be anything they want to be. Because I know when I was coming up, they would say that we would never have an African American president, but when you see that happen, it makes you believe everything is possible. So again, just the fact again that students can dream higher when they see somebody that looks like them, it makes all the difference in the world. So.